Hello, hello. October 20th, 2023. Another interesting week in Bitcoin land here. Let's take a look at what I said on Monday. I had a lot to say. Obviously, it was a big move, but as long as Bitcoin's below 31K, we're still probably going sub 25K again. For now, I do stand by that. I think that is the most probable path. It's the only one that really makes sense and has the highest probability. But I've been talking about this alternate bullish scenario. I view it as unlikely, but it basically means we need to see a move to like 31 to 32 next. And then a pullback, and then another move up to like 33 to 36 before we can even call it likely. So that just shows you how bad the structure is from a bullish standpoint. It really is not a good structure. To require us to get all the way up to like 33 to 36 to even like be sure that it's bullish is pretty unfortunate for the bulls. But so we do have a new high. I said, we probably hit the top, but I couldn't say it with confidence yet. And so I had these levels on here, and I was talking about some of the stuff, assuming that we had hit the top already. Obviously today we hit sort of another top, but it was just still sort of in that 30K region. So nothing realistically has changed on this view. So I'm out on the 4-hour chart here, and once again, I just want to go over real quick. I'm looking for this Y wave. We haven't hit the ideal place for it yet. This is the ideal location for that Y wave to go. We have our A in place, A of Y. B was, I thought it was that top previously, or potentially it was that top previously on Monday, but obviously we're just going to move that over now and say that that is Y of B instead, right there. And essentially this is our A, B, and C of that move. Okay, so once again, we're just dealing with three-wave structures. Three-wave structures are not indicative of a continuing move in that direction. Three waves up means we're probably going to reverse down. I mean, it's happened over and over and over again on this. This is three waves, and then we reverse down. Yes, we did go up, obviously, from there, but you can see that makes a bigger three-wave move, and that is likely to reverse down. At some point, this is going to run out of steam and really crash hard in the most likely scenario, in my opinion. But again, we do have the possibility of the bulls taking over. That's our red scenario here. If the bulls can do this, there's our wave 1, there's our wave 2. If they can get up here for 3, they really haven't really gotten, I don't think, what they need to for that. Let me just double check the fib areas for that. They haven't even hit the 1.0 yet. Yeah, I mean, realistically, they want to get above the 1.0 at 30 and a half, and more likely get all the way up to the 1.236 for a reasonable third, which is about 31 and a half. So again, I'm kind of sticking with my 31K level as being very important for the bulls to crack over, to say that potentially something bullish is going on. But then, as I said, we would still need a pullback in a wave 4, and then another move up in that wave 5, likely up closer to 36K, in order to say anything at all was bullish. But once again, this is a diagonal. Diagonal structures are unreliable. And so even in that case, we can really not be sure that it's going to go bullish. We would want to look for a very big three-wave pullback from that high. And if it looks corrective, then maybe we can take some longs with a stop down here for a potential move up. But again, coming from a diagonal is not a slam dunk as far as structure goes. All right, so let me zoom in a little bit more here. Let's just see what we're looking at. All right. This move it really looked like we were going to get a move down from there. That was just 3 waves up there. But obviously it had other plans. It started making a new high, so gonna kind of remove some of these. They are still all ABCs, but just for clarity's sake, I'm gonna try to remove some of these drawings on here. All right, and then I'm gonna zoom down. At this point, again, we don't really have a confirmed top in place, although I like the structure a little bit better in the micro now than I did back here. But let me zoom in real tight on like the 5-minute and show you what I mean. We do have sort of an unconventional structure here, potentially. But I see the beginnings possibly here. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down of an impulse. We had the possibility that that was our second wave then right there. But when we came back down and then started, we didn't crash down further, we started coming back up. I had to modify this a little bit and say, okay, this actually looks like an expanding flat. And that would be this A, B, and then C, where B actually goes lower than the 5th wave there, and C actually goes higher than the A wave there. And it makes this expanding sort of microphone looking thing, or megaphone looking thing rather. So I think potentially that's what we're looking at. Not a slam dunk quite yet, but if we can see this begin pushing down, we would have confirmation of this if we can get down to about 28.5. That would be our 3rd wave. So let me label this larger degree. That'd be 1, that'd be 2. We really want to get down 28.673 down to 28.5, somewhere in this region for 3 would be ideal. A 4 bounce up near 29K, and then a 5th wave down to about 28, 187. So basically 28.2 to 28.4, give or take, would be 5 waves down on the next larger degree to begin to confirm this count. But it may have other plans. I mean, it can certainly just continue going choppy. If this gets invalidated, maybe it comes up, it makes another new high, takes out some stops, and maybe then we get another 5 wave down. Hard to say exactly what's going to happen, obviously, but for now, this is my working theory. Not necessarily something I'm heavily trading, but working theory here. And then I'd be more willing to take sort of a heavier trade if we did fill this out and get our 3, 4, 5. Then we can kind of short more like that 29K area downwards. But that's all micro action, and again, the bigger picture really tells the better story, in my opinion, that at some point we are going to expect this to die, most likely. But till that happens, we're just kind of guessing as this continues to chop around and make some sort of structure. And once it does put in a more appropriate structure, then we can, like I said, get a little bit more aggressive on the shorter term. But all right, I think that's pretty much all. Right now it's kind of just a waiting game, wait and see what happens here. And we'll go from there. So we'll see if we have any interesting stuff happening over the weekend and Monday during the day. If so, I will do another video. If it just goes choppy and nothing changes, I'll hold off on doing a video until something does change. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. I will talk to you next week.